What's up, everyone? I'm back at y'all with another video. Now for this one, this could be a video of my Jason Statham movie collection. Now, there's a new Jason Statham movie coming out around sometime in May, and it's called Wrath of Man. And since the trailer is supposed to drop this Sunday, I decided why not show my Jason Statham movie collection. Now, I'm a huge Jason Statham fan, and y'all about to find out in this video how big of a Jason Statham fan I am, because I got almost all of his movies, and he's done a lot of movies. He's done a whole lot of movies and stuff. Shit falling everywhere. Yeah, he's done a whole lot of movies, and for this video, I decided why not do a video of my Jason Statham movie collection. Now, first up, we have, this movie came with like 4 different movies, but it has one of the Jason Statham movies on there called Blitz. Now, you know, Jason Statham is one of my favorite martial artists, and the movie Blitz has some good martial arts in it, some good action. I enjoy this film. It's not his best, but I enjoy it. I enjoyed this film. So yeah, Blitz, pretty damn good film. Next up, we have Meg. I believe this is the only horror movie that Jason Statham's ever been in. The Meg is a decent enough movie. It's not one of his best, because he's done a lot of great ones. And this movie, while it ain't his best, it's still a decent enough film. Next up is In the Name of the King. This one's pretty good. It has some awesome martial arts in it, and stuff. I highly recommend it if you haven't watched this one yet. It's a damn good film. Jason Statham definitely delivers on the action like he always does. Next up, we have Wild Card. This is an awesome gambling type of movie. You have some awesome, great martial arts in this film as well. This film has a great story. You know, it's if you love gambling, you'll love this movie. If you love some pretty good fight scenes, you'll love this movie as well. This movie has some comedy here and there in the film that works. And Wild Card, fantastic film in my opinion. Next up is one of my favorites called Death Race. Now this film looks like a huge budgeted type of movie. When you watch this film, it's like a big budget. At least it feels like a big budget film. And this movie has some good martial arts in it here and there. This movie's pretty much like a racing type of movie. Like, it's called Death Race, of course. And it's a racing type of movie. It has some good martial arts here and there in this film. I enjoy this film a lot. Jason Statham always delivers to me. He's a phenomenal actor. He's one of the best actors and one of the best martial artists. So, yeah, I enjoy this film quite a bit. Death Race, damn good film. Next up, we have Killer Elite. Killer Elite. Now, this film ain't the best. You have Robert De Niro in it. But this film ain't Jason Statham's best, because there are a lot of slow parts, but you also got some good martial arts in it as well. There's some very good martial arts in it, but the reason it ain't his best because it's very slow. It's a very slow-paced film. So yeah, Killer Elite. It's a decent enough watch. Next up is one of my favorites, Homefront. I believe it's written and directed by Sylvester Stallone, that's crazy. He's an amazing writer. And then, you know, of course, it stars Jason Statham as the main character. Now, this film has a lot of action. If you love action movies, you like this film. And this film has a great story. A very good story. Awesome action. Awesome martial arts. This film is one of Jason Statham's best. I enjoy this film a lot. Homefront is a damn good movie. Next up is Transporter 1 and 2. And of course, Transporter 3. And the movie War, which is War stars Jason Statham, of course, and Jet Li. Jet Li kind of plays the villain in the movie and stuff. And you got the freaking, both of them go head to head and they fight each other and stuff in that movie. And then you got Transporter 1 and 2 and 3, which is, I love Transporter 1 and 2. Part 3, while it ain't as good as Part 1 and 2, it's still a decent enough watch. because these movies have some awesome, incredible martial arts in these movies. And I just love these movies a lot. So, yeah. Next up, we have The Mechanic and The Mechanic Resurrection. Now, I thought the first one was decent. You had some great action in here. Some decent enough action scenes. But I actually liked the sequel better. Because the sequel has a lot more action than the first film did. But I still enjoy both of these movies a lot. Both of these movies had some pretty good martial arts in it. But I felt like the sequel had a lot more martial arts than the first one had. But yeah, I enjoy both of these movies. Jason Statham is one of my favorite martial artists of all time. I just love his movies a lot, and I cannot wait to see that movie, Wrath of Man. And hopefully, it has some awesome action in it. But yeah, I enjoy these movies a lot. So yeah. Next up, we have Parker, the movie Parker. Now, this film has some good action in it a lot. It has very good action in it. A decent enough story, but I enjoyed this film. It's rewatchable. This film is rewatchable in my opinion. I enjoyed this movie a lot. The movie Parker, very enjoyable film. Next up is Redemption. The movie Redemption. Now this movie, I think, at least in my opinion, is probably his weakest film he's done. In my opinion. Because, like, there are some action scenes, but a lot of it ain't memorable. This film right here is not memorable in my opinion. And it's Jason Statham movies always supposed to be memorable, at least most of them. But yeah, this film ain't that memorable to me. But, you know, of course I have to have it because it's in my collection, you know. I'm still going to keep it in my collection because I'm a huge Jason Statham fan. So, yeah, Redemption. They have some good action scenes here and there, but this movie is just very, very slow. Next up is one of my favorites. And, yeah, next up is one of my favorites, Crank 1 and 2. Both of these movies are freaking fantastic. They're funny as hell. There's some awesome, good action scenes. And they're freaking hilarious. Like, we need a third movie. We need a trilogy to this. Because Crank 1 and 2 was freaking amazing. They're funny as hell. Jason Statham kind of reminds me of Jackie Chan movies a little bit. Because his movies, sometimes they're serious and sometimes they're not serious. You know, sometimes they're like comedy, action. That's kind of what Jackie Chan does. It's like sometimes he might make a serious movie like the movie The Foreigner and stuff like that. And sometimes he'll do like a comedy action movie that's filled with a lot of action and comedy mixed with it. So, yeah, that's what the Crank 1 and 2 does. They combine the comedy with the action, and it is freaking hilarious. They're fun movies. One of his best acting performances. And Jason Statham, he's a great actor. Like, I wonder if I don't even know if he won any Academy Awards, because he should. He should, because he's a fantastic actor and martial artist. So, yeah, Crank 1 and 2, damn good movies. Both of these movies are just spectacular. Love these movies. Next up is another action comedy, kind of like Crank 1 and 2. Kind of like Crank 1 and 2. And that is the movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Statham. Now, Melissa McCarthy's funny at times in this movie. In my opinion, my personal opinion, Jason Statham was the funniest in this movie. Melissa McCarthy's funny as hell, and Jason Statham's the funniest. Like, he was just an idiot in this movie, and I just enjoyed every second Jason Statham was on screen. He's just funny as shit in this movie. Jason Statham is one of my favorite martial artists to talk about a lot. You have some great martial arts in this movie with Jason Statham in it, and some awesome comedy scenes in this movie as well. This is an awesome action comedy. Next up, we have one of my favorite action movies, if not my favorite action movie of all time, Furious 7. Now, Fury 7, Jason Statham played a badass villain. He wanted to revenge his brother because the Fast team almost killed his brother in Fast and Furious 6. So Jason Statham wanted to have revenge and pretty much try to destroy the team. And Jason Statham definitely delivered on the villain in this movie. On playing the villain, amazing. One of the best villains in the Fast and Furious franchise. Fury 7 has some badass action scenes and everything. Like, Jason Statham just killed it in this movie, like he always does, almost in every movie. So yeah, Fury 7, what a great action film. Love this movie a lot. I could spend forever talking about this movie. You know, like, I'm never bored during this movie. This movie has a badass soundtrack and everything. I'm a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise in general, like, but Jason Statham's just killed it as the villain in this movie. He killed it as the villain. Next up is Fast 8, The Fate of the Furious. Now, I love this movie. I don't get some of the hate in this movie. I love this movie. Jason Statham did great in this movie. Of course, he joined the team and everything. But you also, like, you got to see a lot of his badass action scenes. You know, a lot of badass martial arts with him in it. Just whooping motherfuckers' asses left and right. That jail scene was amazing. That freaking infight scene on the plane with him was amazing. So he did a lot of great martial arts in this movie. Jason Statham just kills it almost in every action movie he's in. And he's one of the biggest action stars. Like, he makes a lot of money doing what he does. And he's good at doing what he does. So yeah, Fast 8, The Fate of the Furious. What a badass movie with Jason Statham. I love this movie a lot. So yeah, Fast 8, damn good film. Next up, we have Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Now, what a badass movie. Like, this movie, they cranked Jason Statham up to an 11. Like, Fast 8, you know, he did some martial arts in it, but he didn't do it as much as he does in this movie. You know, this movie, they cranked his martial arts and everything up to an 11 in this franchise. Like, he had a lot to do in this movie. A lot more to do in this movie. And he was just badass. Like, you know, The Rock was badass too, but we're talking about Jason Statham here. Jason Statham was badass. Love this movie. This movie doesn't have an amazing story or anything because this is a spin-off, you know. If it wasn't the main series, it would have a awesome story. But this, it has a story, but it ain't the most unique story and stuff. So yeah, Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Damn good movie in my opinion. It's a badass movie. Good soundtrack and good everything. Good action from start to finish. I love this movie a lot. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share. And also hit the bell so you know when the video is uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I'm out. Peace.